Okay, so before we started class when we started doing the factor label method, I had to do a little thing where I asked you to go ahead and convert, I'm just gonna use a pointer here, convert these. And I kind of either had a handout or just had you do it on a piece of paper where you were to write these down. Now the idea is that you can memorize these or just kind of have it for reference. The three that we'll really need in this class that you definitely need to memorize are this one and this one. So make sure you definitely know those, but for the quiz, you should kind of have or know how to get these. All right. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and use these conversion factors, and I am going to do this worksheet. To do that, I'm not going to do the whole worksheet. I'm only going to do, let's just reference which ones I'm going to do. I'm going to do 5, 6, and 8. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that to the whole paper. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to go from 35 millimeters to meters. First step is to write it as a fraction, right? So I'm going to do 35 millimeters over 1. Then I look at my desired unit, which are meters, and then I am going to use my conversion factors to figure this out. So I want to say, and I want to take a look at how to get from meters to millimeters. So I come over here, and I see a big capital M, little m, and then I have over here, do I want to highlight it? I feel like I'm just going to point to it. I have 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So I'm going to use this conversion factor. 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. And I'm going to go back over here. 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. And I am going to set this up so that my unwanted units cancel. So in this one, I'm going to put millimeters in the denominator and meters in the numerator. And then I look in the front and I say, okay, there's 1,000 in front of the millimeters. So I'm going to write that. And 1 in front of the meters. My millimeters cancel out. I'm left with meters, which is my desired unit. When I go ahead and plug this into the calculator, I plug in 35, division sign, 1,000. And I get 0.035. This can also be written as 3.5 times 10 to the negative 2, but I don't see a purpose in doing that right now. All right, so this one I have from millimeters to kilometers. Now, if I reference my conversion factor that I was supposed to memorize, I don't see that. However, I do see millimeters to meters, the one we just used, this one. I'm just going to point to it over here. And I see 1 kilometer to 1,000 meters. So I'm going to use those two conversion factors to do this one. So I'm going to use the one I used in the last one. 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. And 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get from millimeters to kilometers. So first thing I'm going to do is write my number as a fraction. I'm going to see, maybe let's see if I can move this whole thing over a little more. There we go. As a fraction, I go from millimeters, okay, all the way to kilometers. So first I want millimeters to go away. So I'm going to write millimeters on the bottom and meters on top because I have that conversion factor, meters to millimeters to meters. In front of millimeters is 1,000, in front of meters is 1, and my millimeters will go away. Now, my desired unit is not meters, it is kilometers, so I have to keep going. So I have to go from meters to kilometers, so I'm going to go ahead and set up another fraction with meters in the denominator and kilometers on top. And in front of the meters this time is the 1,000, in front of kilometers is 1. And my meters cancel, and I am left with my desired unit. Yay. Okay, so I just need to put this in my calculator. Before I do that, I am going to rewrite this fraction as 567,000 divided by 1,000 times 1,000. If you're putting this in your calculator, it's important to put this in parentheses on the bottom. So 567,000 divided by, open parentheses, 1,000 times 1,000. Now, if you are struggling putting this into an iPhone calculator, I get it. The iPhone calculator doesn't work well, so you may want to go to desmos.com/scientific, and it should really help out. So again, iPhone calculator, not the best. Okay, last one on this, we're going to do 0.89 hectometers to centimeters. To do this, I'm going to go ahead and reference my thing over here. Oh, hectometers to meters is going to be, I'm going to do this in purple, hectometers to meters, boom, and meters to centimeters. So I'm going to use these two conversion factors. 1 hectometer is equal to 100 meters. And, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. All right. So now I've gone from hectometers to meters, to centimeters, but it's just a two-step problem. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in. I'm trying to zoom it in. There we go. And I'm going to write 0.89 as a fraction. Now you might think, oh, I could hit the fraction button in my calculator. I'm going to do 0.89 hectometers over 1. That might make the math people uncomfortable, but I am not worried about it. Okay, so I'm going to go first from hectometers to meters. So hectometers in the denominator, meters on top, because I want that to go away. And since we're writing 1 hectometer, there are 100 meters. Left with meters, but I don't want meters, I need centimeters. So I have to use meters to centimeters. For every 1 meter, there are 100 centimeters. So there's a 1 in front of meters and a 100 in front of centimeters. This cancels out. And when I rewrite this, I just have 0.89 times 100 times 100. There's nothing in the denominator. So that's kind of nice. So I'm not actually going to put parentheses in my calculator. 0.89 times 100, oopsie, times 100 is equal to 8900 centimeters. Bam, done. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm going to go do some problems from Factor Label